was today? I guess, what was going wrong in that department?
Just not executing the way we wanted to. Just some things on my part that I could do better. Something I can learn from as a young guy. I mean, it's, kind of all on me on that one. I'll take full blame for that one, or all four of those. It's maybe a lack of preparation or something. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out when I go back and watch the tape. But yeah, that's all I got.
How difficult was it to get the passing game going when the running game wasn't really getting much?
I didn't think it was that bad. I think it was just trying to get in a rhythm. I think it kind of came in late third quarter, early third quarter, something like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's just trying to get something going, and we were able to do that in the second half. Wish we could have got that in the first quarter.
In that second quarter, you only got 1 yard of offense. I guess, what was that like through your eyes?
I think it was just they played good defense. We were just trying to get the ball moving. I mean, it was just maybe they came out in some different looks that we didn't see. Like I said, we got to go back in the tape tomorrow, and we'll see what we could do better, in the future. But, I think just 1 yard offense doesn't define our offense. I mean, I think, like I said, it just kind of took forever to get going.
Jack, did they show anything different than what you saw on tape on offense?
I mean, it makes a few looks up, but it's the same base offense. I mean, at this point in the season, teams are always trying to find something new, but it's the same basic scheme.
How big was that roughing the holder call, where they scored the touchdown?
4 points.
You think, Carson, was there anything they showed different on defense or not? I mean, was it what you expected, or was it just a matter of kind of just making mistakes? I mean, was it something you weren't expecting on defense that they showed?
Yeah, I mean, I think what they did on defense is what we kind of prepared for. I thought everything that I saw up there was exactly what we talked about. I think it just came down to executing. I don't think we dominated across the ball like we were supposed to. Execution. That's what we kind of harped on all week, and I don't think we really got that done. So, I think they came out exactly what we talked about.
Jack, a little more big picture. Obviously, this is your second trip to the playoffs, and it was a strong season for you guys overall. I guess, how do you reflect on this season and your career? After 2 difficult games to end the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a lot right now. I mean, I just went back in the locker room, and every teammate and coach I saw just started breaking down. I mean, this place has just meant so much to me in my development as an athlete and as a person, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. And yeah.
Carson, obviously, there's a really young team. I guess, how can you grow after this?
Yeah, I mean, we'll learn from this game this season. We're going to learn from guys like him to my left. This guy right here, I mean, he puts in the work, and, I can't thank him enough. I can't thank the seniors enough. They showed us what a winning culture is like. They've been grinding it out for 5 to 6 years. I mean, they really turned this program around. So we're going to learn from these guys. It's just going to go back in the tape, and we'll get things figured out, and we'll be back next year.
Coach Nielsen, why don't you go ahead and give us an update? First of all, congratulations, Coach Hill, his staff, and team on their win. Opportunity to continue advancing the playoffs. They played better than we did today, and deserved to win. Really proud of our guys. I think you saw a lot of fight in the second half there. When the first half, certainly things didn't go our way, and we asked them to battle to the very end, and they did. We had a few. I think it was actually Cam Tisdale. He took a little bit of a bad angle. I thought it was kind of a ticky-tack call, honestly. Didn't affect the kick at all. But, you certainly don't want to do that and provide him an opportunity to get to get a touchdown in a field goal situation. But we had plenty of opportunities. I mean, we had 2 red zone possessions in the third quarter, scored 3 points in a game like that. You got to do better. Obviously, 4-1 or 4-0 and turnover margin is going to get you beat against just about anybody that you play. So, I mean, it's a combination of things, you know, and I don't want to take away from Southern Illinois. They got a good football team. They played, you know, they played really mistake-free football today, and scored when they had opportunities, put points on the board, and that was really the difference in the game.
Obviously, Jack was, you know, he's been a big part of this program for 4 years and a big part of this defense. Just talk about his contributions to the program.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great football player, but he's a really good leader, and just a high-level young man. You know, if you could buy stock in somebody, I'd buy a bunch of that stock, because he's going to be highly successful in what he does, and we got a bunch of seniors like that you know, I feel bad for. But as I said in the locker room, you know, it's one thing about making the playoffs, and I've been fortunate being in the playoffs a lot. You know, there's only one team that doesn't lose its last game when you make the national playoffs, and you know, that doesn't take away from what we did to get here, and the understanding that those guys have set a standard that this is where we want to be every year.
How do you go about replicating some of the leadership that you got from seniors this year?
Well, I think it replicates itself. You know, you have young guys that you heard Carson's comments, and I'll tell you what, you know, he played like a senior leader today out there on the field too. We didn't do a great job of protecting him. He had to claw and scratch, and yeah, he might have made a couple mistakes, but he was making mistakes trying to make plays, and you know, we can live with that.
Coming off a season where you were able to play 4 games in the spring and, you know, obviously bounce back into the playoff team, what does this team mean to you? What does this season mean to you?
You know, they're all special groups. You know, this team, I think, there were a lot of naysayers about this football team when we started the season, particularly after the spring, and you know, we didn't, as I said before, we didn't play the way I thought we were capable of playing. I take that on myself. Probably didn't deal with that COVID thing very well. And we had a group that bulled their neck and said, hey, we don't care if they pick a 7th or 8th or whatever we were picked in the preseason poll. We think we've got a chance to compete for a national championship, and this team did. You know, that senior group, you know, and I take the COVID year, throw it out. You know, they were in 2 playoffs in 4 years. I mean, there's a lot of FCS programs in the country that would take that in a heartbeat.
Was there a point in the game today at all where the energy level dropped? Or do you think it was the entire game?
You know, Barry, that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, you know, and I'm not saying this to make an excuse, but you know, we're really beat up, and I thought we played. You know, first half we didn't get off to a good start. You know, some of our guys that are really, you know, we had some guys that were playing hurt. We've had this sickness, whatever, I don't know what it is, it's been going through. And, you know, I had a couple kids today that tried to play that hadn't practiced all week. And so I think we were a little flat. And I'll take the blame for that. You know, obviously we got to do that. And then, you know, I thought we got some energy in the second half. Obviously, when we got the score back to 16-10, we got the crowd into it. It was really positive, and give Southern Illinois credit. You know, they put together a nice drive, had a big play in there, and scored to get it back to a 2-score lead. And you know, that's you know, that probably took a little wind out of our sails again. Then after, you know, we had the momentum maybe swung in our favor.
How big was it not getting that touchdown when it was 13-0? You had to settle for the field goal there.
Yeah, you know, certainly we had a chance. I mean, on the 3rd down play, you know, Carson kind of floated that ball out there. If that completes, I think Nate Thomas walks into the end zone. you take the field goal there. I didn't think we could not come away with some points, and it was fairly early in the third quarter. It was not a panic mode situation. Probably hurt worse, Barry, honestly, that we came away with no points in the next red zone possession, and we had 1st and goal inside the 10, and we picked up a procedure penalty and got ourselves behind the sticks there, and then Carson tried to force a ball there. Their kid made a nice play. Even if we kicked another field goal there, which we probably would have had to because we were pretty far off schedule, but just you can't not score when you get the ball in the red zone, and we had 2 possessions there in the first half of the third quarter and only came away with 3 points, and that's a recipe for getting yourself beat.
After Carson fumbled there, you kind of had your arm around him after he came off the field. Just what did
Yeah.
you kind of tell him there?
I thought he really played gutsy football. Like I said, our pass protection wasn't great today. He was under duress a lot. He made some, made some plays, and basically I said, hey, you get in that situation again, and we're going to be in that situation again. I said, hey, just slide. You're trying to do too much there. Just slide. Don't take extra hits. So it was a little bit of a coaching opportunity. Matter of fact, at the same time, just wanted to make sure that that he knew we were proud of him.
With a young team, you got a lot of this team coming back. How valuable is an experience like this moving forward with the program?
Well, I think it's there's no experience. If you want to get in the playoffs, there's no experience better than getting in the playoffs, and it sets a standard that guys want to get back to, and certainly the opportunity to play a playoff game at home was a great thing for our university, a great thing for our program, something we haven't done around here in a long time. You could have heard a pin drop in that locker room after the game, and I think part of that was the fact that we want this to be something that we're celebrating. Next year, a first-round playoff win.
Coach, in your opinion, what happened in the first half that Southern Illinois was able to keep you all scoreless?
Well, they played good defense. I don't know. I have to watch the film. I'm not sure we executed real well up front offensively, but give them some credit. They got a couple of, really good senior defensive linemen. The one thing we didn't do a very good job of in the first half is we did not do a very good job keeping ourselves on schedule offensively, and as a result, we struggled converting third downs and keeping drives alive, and it seemed like we were always third and long, and they were always third and short, and that's credit to them in terms of what they did on first and second down, and as a result, they were able to keep drives alive, and we weren't in the first half. The second half was, we moved the ball really well in the second half, but moving the football and scoring points is 2 different things.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Yep. Thanks, guys.